going on? It's Big Boy here. Um, I wanted to make this video addressing my opinions on the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Uh, sure, you might have seen by now that the beta for Modern Warfare 2 came out only on console, which is not that good for like people like me playing on PC. But let's get into the video. So basically, my main focus, what to talk about in this video, is the micro circles. It's basically how in regular battle royales, there's one circle that slowly gets smaller, forcing you have to fight more people. Basically, in Warzone 2, there will be three other circles that'll enclose in one. So there's three of them that get smaller and smaller, and eventually they come into one really small one, basically separating the entire map. Now, I don't know how this will play out, but to me it seems like a 50-50. Because like no other battle royale has ever done anything like this before. And another point is I want to talk about the loadout system, because that's what makes Warzone, is its loadout system. The only reason Warzone was really popular is because nobody had anything else to do during quarantine. So you got to play a whole different game. You got to customize your own custom guns. And they eventually added up Cold War, brought guns from like the 80s into modern times, and that was even a more fun experience, but there was a huge balancing issue, and that basically hurt the game a lot, because quarantine was like around the time it was ending a little bit. People started going back to normal life, and then it was pretty normal from then on, adding a whole bunch of new guns for Cold War. Cold War is the Call of Duty that came out, and after that, there were rumors that there was a World War II game coming out, Call of Duty one. And I know what most people are thinking, even if they haven't played Call of Duty. Like, great, another Call of Duty World War II game. They started off with, I think, the newest World War II game is the 7th World War II game that Call of Duty has made so far. Which, you can probably tell that people are bored of. World War II game, World War II game. And it's not the World War II setting, it's how they make it. It's all one color palette. It's gray, brown, and like dark colors, which is not fun to look at for multiple hours if you're trying to grind camos, such as this gold. Kind of like a flex, but like none of you have gold on this gun. And I get what they're trying to do with realistic elements, but during World War II there's a lot of colors, not just brown. But basically, I also wanted to address the slide canceling thing, which is completely stupid of them removing it. Their argument was people have disabilities and they cannot do what I'm doing right now, is where they slide and cancel it to regain your tactical sprint, which is basically when you put your gun up and you can't shoot. And that's complete and utter lies. Like, it's just not true. If you have a disability, how are you not disabled from doing anything in the game at all? They should just disable running even if you have a disability. It's not even that hard to do. You press C 2 times while you're running. And they're saying, some other people are saying it's a skill gap, then learn it. And it's just common sense. It's the same thing with the sniper change, where they nerf snipers cannot get a headshot one shot, which is dumb. Same thing happened in Fortnite. But Fortnite, you have at least like, can't really find that many shields as you can in Call of Duty, because it's literally the only healable item is shields and stims, but stims are a different thing. Now, the good thing is it is being developed by the company that develops all the good Call of Duties, quote unquote. But I mean, it's another take at a remake of a game that was great. Like, the only bad thing I could say about Modern Warfare 2 is the one-man army thing, which I get, like, you know, but it was fun if you were at the time playing Modern Warfare 2. And it's gonna be tough too, because early in that game we're gonna have to be dealing with all the maps. And that brings me to my other point, is camo challenges. They're bringing in this new system where you upgrade one gun and you get the attachments for the same exact genre of guns, such as like if you upgrade an MP5 to like max level, you got all the attachments that goes on the MP5 on all the other SMGs or SMGs like it. Which basically, I mean, I get what they're trying to go for, but it's going to make it a lot more complicated for camo challenges, and they're going to have all these little builds that they're going to have to tweak. One of them, a certain attachment make it overpowered. All this kind of stuff that they're going to have to worry about with the Warzone 2 release date. And basically, people like a very good YouTuber, FazeJev, they're gonna have to grind 2 weeks to get the mastery camo before Warzone 2 launches, which is I can speak from experience. Just getting a couple of mastery camos just on the basic weapons like MP5 and all that, it's pretty hard. I mean, it's not that hard actually. It's just very time consuming, and getting that many, which I think there's going to be around 26 guns on launch. Uh, there is riot shields. There is going to be a huge problem with riot shields because this is the screenshot that went viral. Basically, as you can see, there is riot shields, which people like me who are good players don't really like because people just camp there. And if you could see, this young gentleman right here has his gun poking around the riot shield. Could never do that in any other Call of Duty except for BO4, and that was completely broken. As you could tell probably that this right here is overpowered. All of your body is hidden, especially in the crouch position. And I don't know, this could be just a campaign thing, but something's telling me that it's not. Because Vanguard did something similar. They did the blind fire mechanic, basically where you put your gun over a corner and you shoot it without looking at anyone. And I mean, in Vanguard it wasn't broken, but there was no need for it, so it wasn't really broken. Because no other Call of Duty had. Another bad thing about the new Modern Warfare 2 is there are rumors and leaks, and we have seen from the beta that when you shoot an unsuppressed weapon on the map, you will not show up as a red dot, which, as you could tell, is very not good. Because there's a reason for suppressors, right? Right, guys? Is to make your gun quiet so nobody knows where you are. And basically saying that suppressor doesn't really matter now. There are other uses in the game for suppressors like damage range, bullet velocity, all that. But completely removing something that's like, if they're going for realism, they might actually go for realism. Like, it's common sense that a gun without a suppressor is louder. You'll appear on a minimap. Modern Warfare 2 tried to do, I mean, Modern Warfare 1 actually tried to do something similar. They didn't have a radar in the corner, a minimap, I mean. They just had a compass, and they wanted you to use your ears, which was terrible at the time. If you go to any beta video, everyone disliked it. There's people who were constantly camping, sitting in corners, claymores everywhere, sitting there with a heartbeat sensor. What I do like is what they did with the heartbeat sensor recently. Basically, a heartbeat sensor, pull it out, you can see where everyone is. The newer one has a battery basically, so it runs out after a certain amount of uses, which is exactly what FaZe Jev said. I know it may sound like a meat rider, but it is. You could go back to any of his videos. It was like they should add a heartbeat battery to it. That was right after the heartbeat nerf, but nerf really didn't do anything because they don't nerf things properly. Another topic of discussion is the NPCs in the DMZ mode and the Warzone mode. If you don't know what DMZ mode is yet, it's basically if you ever heard of Tarkov, it's basically like that. You collect things for like certain missions, scavenger hunts, and all that, and you bring it back for whatever. I don't know what they'll do in Modern Warfare 2. In Tarkov, it's different because you get like money or whatever. And you can buy stuff. They could just give you a lot of XP, which is basically the only currency that people really care about. They definitely won't give out COD points because they're trying to gain money on that. And nobody's gonna really play DMZ if they don't give like a lot of XP. Now, where the NPCs come into play is from the Warzone 2 beta, where all the Twitch content creators went. They could not tell who was an NPC and who was a real player, which is a big problem if you're a competitive player who drops 20s all the time. And basically, it's just not that good to have in a battle royale game. Fortnite does it better because you could distinctly tell if it's an NPC. It even has its own walking animation, and you could trade with the NPCs. I'm not saying for Call of Duty to have a trading NPC thing. It's just to, if you're gonna have NPCs, make the NPCs right. PUBG never had NPCs. What's it called? H1Z1. All these BRs before Fortnite never had NPCs, and I get what they're trying to do is trying something new and fresh for the players, but And also, I just saw this actually. Warzone Mobile. I have seen some of the gameplay from it. It looks amazing. Uh, Specifically, it's gonna be set in Verdansk, I think, which is, if you don't know, it's the old map before the one that we have now. And from the gameplay, it looks exactly like the one that we're playing now, but graphics turned down, which basically is a perfect Warzone Mobile equivalent. And also another stupid thing is these beta rewards. I personally don't really pre-order games. I only pre-order games that have been out, such as God of War, Spider-Man, because I know what I'm gonna get because I've seen videos and all that. But pre-ordering games like Modern Warfare 2 for, and let me talk about the price. The price is astonishing. It's $70. I get it if it's $60. 70 for what? For what? They literally lost so much money off Vanguard, so they're asking you to pay $70 for them. And I am a stupid person, so I probably will buy it for $70, depending on if there is an actual sale or not, because sometimes they do sales. Another problem is they're releasing all of these blueprints, all of these things that people spend lots of money on, like 1500 is $15, 24 $24, like that. This is not going to be relevant when once Warzone 2 comes out, because they are saying there's no cross progression on any of the new games from these old ones from all of these, which, as you can tell, is going to be a problem because people spent a lot of money on Warzone 1. One thing I have to say that I do like is what they're doing is they're releasing the campaign 1 week early, which never has been done, and I think is a really, really good idea. People get a good feel for it. People usually skip over the campaigns. The campaigns are pretty good. Uh, Cold War. The Vanguard one, however, was utter trash. The climbing mechanic was tacky. The sniping was garbage before any of the updates. The characters are not memorable. It's not realistic at all. And I just don't like that campaign. It's not a good Call of Duty campaign. It's not a good game campaign. Best campaign is BO2. I know this is a Modern Warfare 2 video, but I can't help but talk about the GTA 6 leaks. They look amazing for like leaks. They're not even like showing anything that's supposed to be even shown, but they look pretty good for it being really, really early development. Um, One thing I will have to mention is the female protagonist. Um, I'm not misogynist or anything like that. It's just um, there's just basically what I'm trying to say is I don't really like the character design. I have seen both of the main characters. I I don't like the guy and the girl, to be honest, because they don't look like memorable characters. They just look like NPCs actually. If you go into GTA 5, looking at NPC, they look exactly like them. One of them is a redneck, and one of them is like a Latina. Obviously, I cannot show that because I might get like sued by Rockstar or whatever. I know Rockstar is gonna sue a guy with 41 subscribers, but I'm just taking extra, you know, precautions. And for the people who are saying, "Oh, the game looks garbage. It doesn't even look finished," well, because the game isn't finished. It's not finished. It's literally leaked by some guy who got fired. I can't imagine how mad Rockstar was, and I don't like that he leaked it because now they're gonna delay the game even more. Because now he also released a source code for GTA 5 and 6, which, if you don't know what that really means, that means anyone basically with the brain capacity of a dog can make mods now, and especially with the source code, that is a big security breach in the game's like code. So to the person that actually leaked it, if I were him, I would have never leaked it, even if I got like fired or whatever. But they did end up suing him, took legal action on him. I don't know who won. I don't know when it happened. It's probably private. But GTA 6 looks pretty good from the gameplay mechanics, the weapon wheel, everything. If you do want to look at the GTA 6 leaks, just search it up on YouTube. It's easy to find. This also brings me to my God of War, Ragnarok. I'm just going to title this video New Games of late this year and early next year, because I cannot help but talk about God of War Ragnarok. As of right now, I'm replaying God of War 4, uh, which is a great game, and I have a feeling God of War Ragnarok is going to be amazing, because God of War 4 is basically a leading up to Ragnarok, and it's still such a good game because it's basically filler for God of War Ragnarok. Basically, what's going to happen in God of War Ragnarok is Kratos, the main character, is going to fight Thor. And for all the people that are saying Thor is not accurate, he is accurate in that universe, because it is said that Thor once drank an entire ocean and ate 2 cows accidentally, because Loki connected his cup to the ocean. And he accidentally drank that much. And Atreus is the boy. He is grown now, and he looks like he's going to be the around the same power level as Kratos in God of War 2 or 1. What I'm hoping is the next God of War series is going to be against Egyptian gods, because they already did Greek gods, they did Norse gods. They're going to finish Norse gods right now, and then I'm hoping they're going to do Greek gods. Then they could do Roman, but I'm hoping they end at Egyptian gods, because I mean it'll kind of be boring, because Roman gods are not that cool. What is really interesting is some leaks that are saying that there's going to be Japanese mythology, which is like vastly different from Norse, Greek, and Egyptian mythology, which the game is really accurate to. I have gotten some hate for modding on GTA. There, I said it. Mod on GTA. Ban me, Rockstar. They're gonna ban me for having 41 subscribers. I mod because I'm not there to spend 8 hours grinding for $1 million when I could just get 8 million in 30 seconds. I'm not doing that. Or just spend money on it. I'm not doing that at all. If you really want the mod menu, it's called Kittyon's mod menu, uh, 9.04. I'm not advertising or anything. It's just like, if you want it, cool. If you don't, cool. And that's the conclusion of the video. This is my first ever time making one of these videos where it's like commentary with kind of like a little bit of gameplay in the background in the beginning. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And my next upload will be whenever I upload. Goodbye, YouTube. That intro was horrible.